How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing: always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about Mullen, which ended up seeing a high at 79 cents. Quite the spike, but then it did sell off, testing that support right around 60 cents. They also did come out with some news. I'll be talking about that inside of the final thoughts. And with all of this volatility, many people are asking me those questions. Dre, what do you see it doing going into Friday? So we'll talk about that. We'll take a look at the charts and as well as the short interest information. And if you're new to this channel, I just want to remind you, we have timestamps down below inside the description because I value your time. Let's get into those videos. So we're going to take a look at the chart from Mullen. Let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at 61 cents, being down 9.27%. On the low, it tested 60 cents, and then on the high, testing 79 cents. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 194.636 million shares, and the average volume over 10 trading days is at 93.867 million shares. So we had well above the average in regards to volume, and we also seen a pullback in the stock. When we take a look at our chart, which is a daily chart, what I want to bring to your attention, you can see that we had some strong momentum above the 21 EMA. If you guys remember what I said from yesterday, it was around that 73 cent area. We ended up seeing a high at 79 cents. So I know many people were able to take some profits on that pop. Of course, we ended up pulling back and we tested 60 cents, which was a low that we had taking into consideration September the 6th. So knowing that we got down to 60 cents and now inside of the after hours, we're just under 63 cents. It'll be very interesting to see what Mullen does going into tomorrow. If it decides to break through 60 cents, we know that the 52-week low is right around 52 cents. So I'd want to see us being able to hold up at the bare minimum 55 to 57 if we decide to break 60 cents. If we decide to have a turnaround, then we want that price action coming back to the 9 EMA at 65 cents, which is not too far off from where it's currently at. And if it can gain some momentum, then I want to see that revisit going back to 70 cents and then seeing what it would do from there. So overall, again, congratulations to all of my Mullen traders out there that were able to buy the dip to 60 cents and were able to sell that pop into the mid-high 70s. Let's move on. So we're going to take a look at the short interest information from Mullen. So the off-exchange short volume ratio is at 40.72%, and then for the off-exchange short volume, it is just over 14.86 million shares. Scrolling down on the page, the short shares availability is at 650,000, updated 28 minutes ago, and then for the short biofuel rate, it is at 16.90%. And then when we take a look at the history of the short volume, you can see for the close of the 6th, it is at 51.82, and then for the close of the 7th, being at 40.72. So it did go down quite a bit. And then when we take a look at the short interest percentage of the float being at 15.24%, Mullen does continue to have short squeeze potential. So for my final thoughts for Mullen, I have to say it again. Congratulations for all of my traders out there that were able to load up on that dip when it got to 60 cents and we had that strong pop going to 79 cents. I got some messages, people telling me, hey, I sold around 75 and as well as 77. So congratulations to you. So we know that there's some news that came out in regards to an acquisition for Mullen. Unfortunately, this involved a lot of cash and as well as stock. So of course, this does impact the overall value, and it's part of the reasons why we had a strong pullback. And we already know that we are in a high inflationary environment, and we know that Mullen is going to be burning through cash. So knowing that they're spending cash on this acquisition, of course, is going to have a short-term impact on the stock. For my investors out there, this is great news. We just want to see if that acquisition ends up being fruitful for their future, so I would continue to keep an eye on that. And as far as for the price action going into tomorrow, yes, we did see that there was some momentum going down inside of the after hours where it was trading close to 63 cents. So you want to see another test going to at least 70 cents. I know we did see a high at 79 cents, but we want to see that confirmation that there's bulls jumping into the play and buying up the stock. If we don't get that and we pull back to 60 cents and we decide to break below that, like I said in my previous video, then we could have that pullback going to around 55 or 57 cents. Be aware that the 52-week low is around 52 cents. So please have a strategy if you're going to be trading this stock, and if you are an investor, make sure that you do your homework and do your due diligence and build out a position that you feel will be right for you. Don't be buying into stocks blindly. You want to make sure that at least if it decides to pull back, you'll be confident enough enough to load up on the dip. And of course, when we took a look at the short interest information, Mullen does continue to have short squeeze potential. You guys know that already. This play is catalyst driven, so we need to see what's going to happen, especially in the near term, knowing that they do have a catalyst coming up towards the end of the month, or we should say October, in regards to the tour for their EVs. And plus, on top, with the acquisition of Bollinger Motors, they have the opportunity to expand in the commercial EV space. So it's definitely going to be interesting for Mullen, and I know many of you guys are going to be keeping an eye out just like myself. I'll be talking to you guys real soon.